Close your eyes. Start inviting a deeper, fuller, more healing breath into your body. With your eyes still closed and your breath deep, place your hands on your side ribs, anywhere between your armpits and the last rib. Now bring your breath where your hands are. Be curious about the space between your hands and your body. Feel how this space expands with every inhalation and releases with every exhalation. Breathe in a way that creates more space between each individual rib. And now start focusing on more subtle qualities of your touch. Feel for the warmth that you have been generating between your hands and your body. And allow this warmth to travel with the breath all the way deep, reaching your heart. Allow the warmth of your hands to soften the edges of your heart. And let's make this the intent of the practice. Breathe in a way that you soften the armor of the heart. So may every breath take one more layer of tension, of blockage, of armor, away away from the heart. Slowly release your hands and open the eyes. Keep your breath going as you unwind the legs and remove any props on the side of your mat. Get ready for abs. So place your hands underneath your knees, chin to chest, and slowly release the lower back, mid back, and upper back, head and shoulders all the way to the ground. Place the feet on the floor. Knees are bent, feet hip distance apart. Palms facing the ceiling. Take a deep breath into the lower back. Hold the breath. Feel grounded on your right foot. Lift the left foot up. Knee is bent and over the hip. Both feet are active. Now exhale. Pull the belly down. Inhale into the lower back. Hold the breath. Swap the legs. Both feet are active. Now exhale. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Inhale into the lower back. Hold the breath. Swap the legs. Both feet are active. Left knee is over the left hip. Now exhale. Pull the belly button towards the floor. Inhale into the lower back. Swap the legs. Hold the breath. Feel grounded on the left. The right heel is active. Now exhale. Pull the belly button down. Deep inhalation into the lower back. Swap the legs. Place your right hand on top of the left thigh. Now exhale. Push the two together and pull the belly down. Inhale into the lower back. Release the right hand. Hold the breath. Place your left hand on the left thigh. Now exhale as you push the two together. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Inhale into the lower back. Swap the legs. Hold the breath. Place your left hand on top of the right thigh. Exhale, push, hand on thigh, thigh on hand, and pull the belly button down. Inhale into the lower back. Hold the breath. Keep the feet active. Place your right hand on top of the right thigh. Now exhale, push the two together and bring the belly button towards the floor. Exhale, release. Place your right foot down. Bring both knees over the hips. Give yourself a hug. And then release your knees and body to one side. Place both hands to the ground. As you push the floor away with a relaxed neck, start engaging the abs. So you're lifting up leading with a free shoulder. And then the neck comes up. Plus, you can even use your free hand to lift the neck up. Great, let's come into the front of the mat for sun salutations. Feet together, palms together over heart. Reconnect with intent. So we're breathing in a way that softens the edges of the heart. Inhale, press the feet down, active hands touch the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Let go of neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades towards each other. As you exhale, place the hands to the ground and bring the left leg back for a low lunge. Inhale, press both legs down, engage the glutes. Pit of the belly is in and up. As you exhale, lift the arms up. Feel grounded on your right foot. So you can lift the right toes up to make sure you are engaging the foot, pushing the floor away. Bring both hands to the ground. Come into a high plank. And from here, bring the knees down. Arch your bum towards the ceiling, soften the elbows, bring the chin and chest to the ground, come to an 8 ankle pose. Now use momentum from toes, knees, hips, hands to scoop the chest forward into a low cobra. Shoulder blades towards each other, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes. As you exhale, strong hands are pressing the floor, coming to a downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on the left, lift the left. And as you exhale, thread it through, low lunge. Inhale, press both legs down, engage the glutes. So you're tucking the tailbone in, pit of the belly is in and up, and then you lift the arms up. Notice where is your breath right now. You are creating all this space into the side ribs. So take full advantage of this pose and bring the breath where you're creating space. Hands to the ground. Lift the back knee. As you exhale, bring the right leg forward for halfway lift. Shoulder blades, squeeze them towards each other. And then exhale, forward fold, let go of neck. Inhale, active feet, push them down and slowly unwind the spine. Extended mountain pose on the top of the inhalation and then mountain pose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And then hands down and send your right leg back into a low lunge. As you inhale, push the floor with both legs. Tuck the tailbone, belly button in, and then the fingertips are active towards the ceiling. Breathe in a way that releases tension from the middle of the chest outwards. Hands to the ground. Come into a high plank. Bringing your knees down, tuck your toes, arch your bum towards the ceiling, soften the elbows, leading with the chin and the chest. Meet the floor, and then use momentum one more time to scoop the chest forward into a low cobra. Release. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, send your hips skywards, down dog. Three-legged dog on the right. As you exhale, thread it through, low lunge. And hands down. Tuck your toes on the left, lift the left knee as you exhale. Bring the leg forward, halfway lift, forward fold. Active feet, press them down. Extended mountain and mountain. Right, let's switch up a gear. Inhale, coming to Utkatasana. Draw the inner thighs towards each other. Pit of the belly in and up. Send the tailbone towards the back of the room. Active hands. Breathe in a way that matches the intensity of this pose. Feel all this fire that you are generating through breath and through this asana. Bring that fire into the edges of the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Hands to the ground. Walk, step, or jump into a high plank. From here, you have the option to bring the knees down and move through 8-angle pose, or come into chaturanga, elbows in, up dog or cobra. In both, send the collarbone forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog on the left. Lift the left leg back. Send the left heel towards the back of your mat. Now send your right hip towards the back of the mat. Bring your left leg forward. Place it between your hands and come into a high lunge. Feel free to make any noise with your exhalations. Allow the energy to flow through your body. Soften the right knee a lot. Tuck the tailbone. High lunge with back and neck support. Bring your left hand to support the bottom of the skull, top of the neck. Let go of the neck. And now bring your right hand to support the lower back. Or create a bind with the front thigh or front hip. Wherever you are in this pose, inhale deeply into the chest. And then as you exhale, telescope ribs towards the ceiling. Option to close the eyes. Breathe in a way that generates fire on the lower body. Legs are really pushing the floor away. And bring that energy, that fire into the chest, into the open space of the chest. Allow that fire to melt one more layer of tension. Release the arms. Expand into a warrior 2. Widen the stance between the feet and sink lower on the front knee. You pressing down the legs equally and evenly. Tuck the tailbone and bring the belly button in and up. Wrist stretches in warrior 2. So, bring your thumbs underneath the palm and then start wrapping your index finger, middle finger, ring finger and little finger. Take a deep breath into the front of chest and shoulders. As you exhale, point your knuckles towards the floor. Feel the sensations in your wrists, forearms. For some of us, all the way to the elbows and the shoulders. Option to close the eyes and feel how the arm lines are connected all the way to the front of chest and heart. Release. Bring your thumbs to face the ceiling and start wrapping the little fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers, index finger, thumb. As you exhale, point the knuckles one more time towards the floor. Shoulders are away from ears. Breathe into all the stretching sensations you feel right now into the forearms. Warrior 2. Bring your drishti forwards and down and come into a low lunge. In this low lunge, bring your hips to be square. So your right knee is underneath the right hip and your left knee is on top of the left ankle. So if you are really flexible in the hip flexors like me, where you can go into a really deep stretch here, avoid the temptation into going so deep that you collapse into the floor. Come out of the range of your stretch in order to create a strong foundation here. Inhale, lift your right arm up, make a fist. As you exhale, hook your right elbow over the left knee. Bring your drishti, your eye gaze, towards the floor. Inhale, lift your left arm up. As you exhale, bring an open palm on top of your right fist. Now you've got two fists together. Before we go into the pose, take a deep breath into the chest. And then as you exhale, drag the left shoulder blade down the spine, creating more space between left shoulder and left ear. Here we go, yogis. Inhale, press both legs down. As you exhale, use your hook of the elbow and the arms as a lever to rotate the chest towards the left. Be mindful of the neck. The neck will want to create a shortcut here and take over. So release your chin towards the right shoulder. We're making sure we're using the right muscles here instead of allowing the neck to go into overdrive and take over this pose. Now inhale, press the legs down one more time. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone in, sending genital muscles forward, hunting for that release into the last vertebrae of spine. Chest is rotating. Release. Both hands to the ground, framing the front foot. As you exhale, come into a high plank. And now choose your way. You're coming down to the floor, so knees down or chaturanga. All the way to the floor. Okay, if you are identified as a boy like me, you might have to do a slight adjustment here. Coming into a cobra, place your hands in front of the shoulders. Let go of neck. Take a deep breath, pushing your pubic bone down, engaging the glutes, and scoop the chest forward as you exhale. Now inhale, scoop the chest forward. As you exhale, let go of shoulders. One more breath here. Inhale, scoop the chest forward. Keep the glutes engaged, pubic bone pressing down. As you exhale, drag the shoulder blades down the spine, elbows in. Bring your drishti where your hands are. So the neck again is having a break from overdrive. Can you breathe in all this heart opening space? To come out, take another deep breath in. Scoop the chest forward. As you exhale, drag the floor towards your belly with your hands and slowly release the chest down. Inhale, tuck your toes, hands underneath the shoulders. As you exhale, use your strong hands to push the floor away and come to downward facing dog. Right side. Bring the right leg forward and come up. High lunge. You're on the ball of the left foot. So dissect the back the back foot in a way that your back heel is pressing against the back wall, but the ball of the foot is pressing down. This is giving you the lift up. Soften both knees. Now lift the arms up. Glutes are engaged, so you're tucking the tailbone in. Use all the ground energy to keep you up and uplift the chest. High lunge with neck and back support. Bring your right hand to support the top of your neck, bottom of skull, and the left hand supports the lower back or creates a bind with the front thigh or hip. Take a deep breath in, press both legs down. As you exhale, telescope ribs towards the sea. Where is your breath now? Release. Hands to the ground. Low lunge. Low lunge with square hips. Inhale, lift the left arm up. As you exhale, make a fist and hook your left elbow over the right knee. Now bring your drishti towards the floor. So chin towards the left shoulder. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Open palm as you exhale. Open palm takes over the fist and you've got two fists together. Inhale into the chest. As you exhale, drag the right shoulder blade down the spine. So creating more space between right shoulder and right ear. Inhale, press both legs down. As you exhale, use the hook of the elbow and the fists to rotate the chest towards the right. Mindful of the neck. It will definitely want to take over, so let it go. Inhale, press both legs down. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone in. Hands to the ground. High plank. Your way to the floor. Second round of cobra. Bring your hands in front of the shoulders. Take a deep breath into the lower back. Press the pubic bone down. Engage the glutes. As you exhale, scoop the chest forward. Inhale. Collarbone forward. As you exhale, drag the shoulder blades down the spine. Elbows in. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, bring your drishti towards your hands. Inhale, open the chest one more time. As you exhale, drag the floor with your hands towards your belly and release the chest slowly on the ground. Inhale, tuck your toes, hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right side, come up. Straight into a warrior two. Widen the stance between the legs. Sink lower on the front knee. Tuck the tailbone. Arm stretches. Bring your thumbs, index, middle, ring, and little fingers. Wrap them in. Inhale, soften the shoulders as you exhale. Point your knuckles towards the floor. Breathe into where you feel the sensations more. And open up. Now bring your thumbs to face the ceiling. Start curling the little fingers, ring, middle, index, and thumbs on top. Inhale, press both legs down, soften the shoulders. As you exhale, point the knuckles towards the floor. The arms and the hands are the extension of the heart. So they are putting in action what is deeply into our hearts. They're putting our loving intentions into action. So breathe into reconnecting your hands with the edges of the heart. Release. Bring your drishti forwards and down. Come into a half pigeon. So release your right knee towards the right edge of your mat. Here, making sure both knees are happy. So if your knees feel particularly tender or fragile today, you can bring your right heel close to your hips, or you can sit on your right butt cheek and bend both knees, take a variation. Wherever you are here, open the chest by drawing shoulder blades towards each other, bring the elbows in. Now, as you exhale, lean forwards, the chest leads the way, and extend the arms out. Reclining half pigeon. If you are in the variation with bent knees and sitting down, bring both hands in front of your right shin and then exhale, forward fold. Wherever you are, breathe into all the areas where you feel the stretching sensations. And instead of focusing perhaps on the challenge of this pose, focus on how sweet this opening of the hips can be for you right now. And use all this sweetness with the breath. Bring it all the way into your heart. Releasing another layer of tension from the edges of the heart. Now walk your hands towards the front leg. Press your strong hands down to lift the chest up. Tuck your toes under. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, count to a down dog. Move in any way that will allow you to uptake the most of the sweetness of this pose. And bring the left leg forward for half pigeon. Making sure both knees are happy. Making sure the hips are level so you're not tilting to one side more than the other. You can always come to sit on the left butt cheek. And then as you exhale, chest forwards. And exhale, release. Half pigeon. Reclining variation. Avoid the temptation here to switch off. It's very tempting to stop breathing and just collapse, release on the floor completely. This is your peak pose for this practice, so bring the deepest, fullest, most healing breaths into the points where you feel the stretch. Walk your hands towards the front leg. Tuck your toes on the right, lift the right knee, and as you exhale, strong hands are pressing down. Come to a downward facing dog. Move and breathe in a way that will allow you to soak in all the sweetness of your hip opener. Bring both knees down. Child's pose with arms extended forward. Walk your hands towards your knees for hero's pose. And place your hands on the ground. Lift your hips to release the heels. And slowly bring your back on the floor. Knees over chest. Savasana. I'm coming up so I can talk to you. Close your eyes. And before you fully surrender in your Savasana, connect with all the points that your body touches the floor. Breathe into these points. Feel how supported you are right now. In your own breath, in your own body. Breathe into that support. And from this point of support, release one more layer of tension, one more piece of the armor from the edges of your heart. It's time to come back. If you need a longer Savasana, just press pause. Otherwise, start breathing deeply into the lower back. Feel your lower back expanding on the mat as you inhale. Bend both knees and elbows, give yourself a hug, knees over chest. And release your whole body towards one side of your mat. From here, both hands to the ground. Take a deep inhalation, start pushing the floor away with your hands. Now engage the abdominals. So pit of the belly is in and up, neck is relaxed, leading with the top shoulder. Come up. Any seated position will do. Use a free hand to bring the neck back to neutral. Eyes are still closed. Breathe throughout. The center of the heart into the side ribs, back ribs. Palms together over heart. And bring your prayer to your forehead. Together we say Namaste. Bow to yourself. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. I hope to see you all soon.